Hi everyone. So thank you. This is a joint press conference for our forthcoming games against both Wrexham and Real Madrid. Please raise your hands if you have a question and wait to be invited. We're joined online by some reporters from Houston who can't be here, focused on the Real Madrid game. Towards the end of the press conference, we'll invite questions online. So let's get started. Simon Stone.
Yeah. Simon.
Could you tell us first of all how Amad Diallo is?
It's not too bad. And today he was running again, not involving in the group, but we hope he can join tomorrow in the training.
I know we asked you about Avram Glazer on Friday, but he was obviously at the game on Saturday. Have you spoken to him? What kind of conversations have you had with him?
Afterwards, I didn't speak anymore with him after the game.
Erik, could I just ask, these tours obviously it's a lot of games and a lot of travelling. How do you find that preparation? Is it too much? Would it be easier just to stay in Manchester? Because we know Man Utd's a global brand, so you have to travel around. But how do you find it?
It's about finding a good balance. And football is 1, 2, 3, and so football is making the shadow is ahead of everything else. But also you have to know what you say. We are a global brand. We have to sell the club. We want also come towards our fans, and our fans are all over the world. So we want to show ourselves there, and I think also for ourselves is a fantastic experience. And you are 2 weeks on the way, and I think it's a big advantage that you are 2 weeks with your team, the players, to build really the team spirit. Also with the staff, the cooperation in between the staff towards the players. So it's a great opportunity to strengthen that, and that's what we're working on. So I think it's really useful.
So you find that being away together rather than being at home when people would be in there? Better or worse. I think there are more ways to roam, but I think this is a good one.
Simon.
Erik, just wondering what kind of side you're going to be putting out tomorrow, what kind of players we'll see, and also have you watched the Wrexham documentary?
I didn't watch the Wrexham documentary, but I know them. We played them last year. I know they got promoted. I've seen the actuality and their way they play in this moment. I know the players, and we will face them. We brought the under-21s in, but we will strengthen the under-21s with some players who are in the tour with the first squad.
And you were asked about an attacker the other day. There's been a lot of talk since then. I was just wondering if you've made any progress in getting that striker that you need over the line.
We make progress, yeah. But if you know how it works, when we have him, we will tell you directly.
Andy.
Jadon Sancho has been playing as a false nine. Is that something you're looking at maybe in the future? And how do you think he's been performing pre-season?
He's doing well, also in that role. I think Jadon is the best in positions, in central positions where he can have involvement. Also, when he played in wide areas. But when you're playing with me in wide areas, in the right setting, you also have the freedom in the right setting. So get me right to be inside in 10 positions, in central positions. But also when you are in such positions, you have to make runs behind, because that's very important, our way of play, that we have many players who run behind.
One over there.
When it comes to traveling, you play here in San Diego and then you have to travel to Houston on Wednesday against Real Madrid. Is that going to be tough? And also to follow up, Andre Onana's great signing for Manchester United. Are you excited to work with him again?
Yeah, it's tough, but it's also the Premier League. You have to travel. We go Champions League. You have to travel. So also that is what we have to get used to. So yeah, we do that. It's no problem, and we program that really well. So the preparation is top, and then the players are fit to play the game. And yeah, with Andre, of course, I'm happy he's here. So we integrated really well in the team. So yeah, it's fantastic. He's there, and yeah, everyone is really happy in the club.
Scott.
Hi Erik, just two quick ones from me. Can I just get confirmation on where we stand with Anthony Elanga and Dean Henderson, please?
No, that plays in our squad, and again, when we have news, we will tell you.
I don't know if you see, PSG have been offered 300 million euros for Kylian Mbappe, which they're going to accept. There's talk that if he rejects that, then PSG would be open to a loan offer. Would that be someone you'd consider, or is that completely out of the question? And also your view on such a huge fee.
No, we never speak about players who are under contract in other clubs.
Samuel.
Erik, you said you didn't speak anymore to Avram. Would you like to speak to him anymore? And have you spoken to Joel Glazer at all recently?
No.
And would you like to?
Or when I want to, I can reach them.
You can just speak to them instantly.
Yeah.
And just on the strike situation, are you confident of having a new attacker or a striker in for the first game of the season against Wolves?
The only thing what I can say is we do everything what's in our power to get that done. And yeah, and it's up to me, yeah, as soon as possible. How earlier, the better, because we have to integrate them in the team, in the way of play. So, yeah, in an ideal situation, he was already here, but you're not always getting ideal situations as manager, and that is then you have to deal with the situation.
Dave.
Hi Erik, just following up on that question. Marcus Rashford scored 30 goals last season, a huge leap from the previous season. How confident are you that he can reproduce those figures next season and be up to the 25 plus 30 goals season again?
Well, when his attitude is right, then he will do that. It's not easy, and the team has to play well to put him in the right position. And when the team is playing well, so when we keep the rules and principles in our way of play, and Rashford attitude is right, and he puts himself in the right position, he will finish. Because he has such great abilities. When he's in the box, he's clinical, and he's ruthless, and he scores goals, and does with right, with left, with his head.
And do you need more goals from other players, because you're the lowest scorers in the league, in the top 6 last season with 58 goals. Do you need more goals from the rest of the team, rather than relying on Marcus, for example?
No, as well, yeah. But so we're underperforming there, and we are aware of it. And so, yeah, others also has to contribute in that area. But therefore, also we're looking for scoring abilities. And I think with Mason Mount already, we have a player extra who is capable of not only score goals but also to create and to put players as Rashford in a position so he can score more goals. But as a whole team, yeah, we have to score more.
How do you like San Diego so far since you guys getting acclimated to being here, and how excited are you to play at Snapdragon Stadium?
I'm really excited, but unfortunately I didn't see anything till so far, except from the air, from the plane, San Diego. So I'm looking forward to. I hope there's some time to see something.
Erik, Anthony Marshall is an obvious option for you as one of your forwards. Can you give us an update on him and when he's going to be starting training again? And is it a frustration? You've obviously started with him last pre-season as one of your main striker. Is it frustrating that you may have to change how you approach with Marshall this season, with him not being able to finish 90 minutes? Is that a frustration for you because you cannot use him properly?
Today he was in the team training, so that is really hopeful. And yeah, of course, when you have a player in squad, you expect that he's available. And then the players have to take the responsibility to be available. But when he's not, I have to deal with the situation, and we show that we also then can be successful without that striker. But yeah, of course, it's more easy when you have the striker in your team, because I think every club who wins big trophies has scoring abilities in that team.
There's been no approaches for Marshall at all from any other clubs. Is he set as part of your plan for this season?
We need a good squad, and Anthony Marshall is a brilliant football player, and so he will help us. He scores goals, and also in other areas of football like pressing, in possession, combinations. He's a great player, and yeah, let's hope he will be fit and he stays fit.
Rob.
Hi, Erik. Okay, sorry. You just mentioned the squad there. You're going to have 4 competitions to play again next season. Is it a case that if you get one more player, you'll be happy with the size of your squad, or would you like to see more change between now and the deadline?
Let's first, one by one, we strengthen the midfield department. We have the keeper situation. We sort that out now, and we want the front player in, and then we will see what happens.
Do you feel like you've got enough players to cover? Because you played an awful lot of games. The spells where you didn't have the opportunity you wanted.
Yeah, from quantity, I'm sure then we have enough players to cover it, and so I'm also happy with the development of some academy players, and also we need positions free, that they have the opportunity to deserve their position.
One at the back.
With all respect to Wrexham, what can you realistically hope to gain by playing a team of their caliber?
For us, it's a very good game because, as I just mentioned, the academy players. So it's a great experience for them, and it will help them, and it will support them to flow into the first team. And so in that respect, it's a huge game. So really good opposition. It's in the USA, so they have to travel it. It's very good for their education. So they have to deal with the pressure. The stadium is sold out, with a fantastic ambience. The players are really looking forward to it. The game is broadcasted, so it's fantastic experience for the young players, and that we can present this to our young players. So I'm really happy that we can do that, and so great opportunity.
Playing in San Diego tomorrow and Houston on Wednesday, do you enjoy the travel and getting global exposure to your sport, or is it more of a pain in the neck?
Neck. Yeah. No, I tried to express the first question. Or was it the second? I think it's very helpful when you travel together for 2 weeks. Deal with the juniors. You get fatigue from it, but in the Premier League and in the Champions League you have the same. And what we have to do is the fans expect performance, and so we have to deliver. So we have to be fit for that. So the players have to live along the right rules to get it in. So after the right lifestyle, it's about food, about sleep. Do the right things in training, make sure you do the right things in recovery, and make sure you have the right team spirit. And then it's a very good experience, and is really helpful to get the right spirit in a team. So I think very good for going into the season to work on this team building process.
Paul.
Erik, Johnny Evans has been around the squad for a short time now. What impression has he made particularly on the younger players, and what are the chances of him getting a longer term deal at United?
I think he helped us. As you said, younger players, but also from numbers here. Not all the internationals were in, and then we have to manage the load from the players. So that was really useful. And Johnny wants to stay fit. He wants to he has a career. Last week, I think he played a very good game against Lyon, and you could see how he was mentoring the younger players, and I think he was pushing the younger players to a higher level, and that can be really helpful. So I'm happy. We bring him now in. He will be tomorrow in that game, so I'm happy he wants to do that, and I think we help him as well.
Over there.
Obviously, with Bruno Fernandes now coming back with the captaincy, what are the added expectations of such a top player, knowing his qualities, and what are the expectations for that midfield overall? Obviously, adding Mason Mount as well.
Captain is not only wearing the band, but also make sure that team keep connected, that we have the right spirit, that we have the right winning attitude. So you need to be inspirational skills. You need to have the authority. Also, you need game understanding to transfer the rules and the principles from the manager into the team. So also your communication. So you need a lot of skills. But also a captain can't do it on his own. And last week I explained how I see a team, and you need more leaders. And luckily, in this squad we have more leaders who not only they will support, but they will also play their role and to send the team in the right direction.
Last one in the room here. Yeah.
You talked about the travel. Could you explain a little bit more about the logistics of how you will move different teams? Will your first unit go to Houston tomorrow? When will you go? Will this team that plays against Wrexham stay here? How does that all work? You have 2 games in 24 hours.
Yeah. So we're planning this over months, and so we know already for a long time how it has to look like. So we're planning this. So we bring in the under 21s in. So one team will stay here behind. I will stay there as well. But also we bring coach and the technical director Darren Fletcher in. We bring some more in. Also an analyst. We bring in some kitmen stay behind to help the team from under 21s. But of course it's Travis. He's the one who is in charge in the team, and I will help him and support him. And of course, under 21s is also a part of the first squad. That's always under my supervision. So in that matter, we want to have a red line in our club, and that means we want to have the principles, rules from the first team has to go down to the bottom. How we want to play, because we want to educate, to teach players in the way of a united way, and so it's easier to flow into the first team, in the first squad, and that is why this trip is very useful for us. So, and there will be also a team who will fly out tomorrow afternoon already to Houston and prepare that game against Real Madrid.
So you will not go to Houston?
Of course I go, but I go after this game is finished. I fly over as well.
Okay, we'll now turn to online questions from reporters in Houston.
Recording in progress.
Okay, we'll go first question for Erik Estrategas.
Erik Israel from Estrategas, Mexico. What is behind the decision that you made to make a change of captain and why Bruno Fernandes?
I just explained, but I will repeat it. That why Bruno? That he's an inspirational leader, a lot of game understanding, high standing in the team. He's a social connector, so that's why.
You guys, Ben Sosenko next.
Thank you so much, Coach. Tell me your impressions of Houston. Have you ever been? What are you expecting? And what does it mean for a city to have 2 clubs like Manchester United and Real Madrid playing there against each other? Thank you so much.
I've never been there in Houston. I know only Houston from Westerns. But I think a lot have changed there. So I don't know. I'm really curious to find out. And we're coming there to play a game. I think it's game between two probably the biggest clubs in Europe. I think they have the biggest fan bases across the world. So it's an amazing game to have that Houston has our two clubs in an event, and I think it will be amazing experience. I think for all the fans there in Houston, and we want to give ourselves our best, and I'm sure Real Madrid will do the same. So it's going to be a great game, and we are looking forward. And for us, it's a very good test.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
One final one from Jason Bristol.
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay, all right, thanks everyone.
Okay, thank you very much indeed.